Clic, mao, ça tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Aïe, 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 mao, gazo, clic.
Collective, thank you for joining me today in the ethers. We're going to pull a 9-card spread and see what's your message for today. Okay, what's going on in your energy in the ethers here? Give me a good message for my collective. Give me a reading for my collective. First card out is the Tower. You know, everybody look at the Tower card like it's a bad thing, and I don't necessarily think the Tower card is a bad card, right? Yeah, it's saying that there was some upheaval. It's saying that there was some chaos, but it had to get knocked down. So when the Tower shows up, it's knocking shit out the way for you. But I want to pull the cards before we jump into the whole reading. You have the 7 of Cups out here. All right, give me... I'm going to do a 9-card spread. You have the Queen of Cups out here. There's the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. Decision here that you have to make. I see that there's some confusion here with the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Swords here. You have the King of Swords. Someone who's wise. You have the Page of Pentacles out here. The Hangman. And I like this Hangman because if you see the Hangman, you see the light around his head, right? So he's been enlightened, right? This person has been enlightened. This person is aware. There was a sacrifice that had to be made. And the Knight of Cups is out here. At the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. So let's see what's going on in your energy today, collective. All right, let's jump right in. So the first card out is the Tower card, like I told you. So there was a sudden change. There was something that was unavoidable. It was an unavoidable change. Something was falling apart, whether it was a relationship, a belief that you had about yourself or situations, just a way of life, right? This can feel like chaos, you know, when the Tower card shows up. It could feel like heartbreak, right? Or is a shocking truth being revealed. But the Tower doesn't really destroy what is strong. It only removes what was built on false foundations, if that makes sense. Okay, so when the Tower show up, the good aspect about the Tower is that it's very necessary. When the Tower show up, it's a necessary evil, right? This destruction is clearing the way for something better for you. The bad thing is if you resist this change, it will be even more painful. And I always tell you guys to try to embrace your changes, right? Stop resisting it, because when the Tower show up, the shit is going to happen whether you want it to or not. So, you know, my advice to you would be to just let go. Stop clinging on to what is already falling apart, falling away, right? Stop clinging on to the past, right? Trust that something new will rise from the ashes here. And I really do feel like that's the case here for a lot of you, that you need to trust in yourself, trust in your guidance here. You're being divinely guided. This Tower move was a power play from your spirit team, so you can't be upset with nobody else. I feel like for a lot of you, you've been getting warnings and you've been seeing the red flags to remove certain things out of your life, but you've been hesitant or you've been in denial. So at some point in time, spirit is like, okay, we're playing too many games here, right? So now the Tower moment. So I feel like if this is someone if this is someone, right? I feel like if this is someone, you know, how they see you as someone going through a major upheaval at this current time, right? So this person may feel like you are unstable right now, or that you're experiencing some life-changing realization card. Not realization card, but some life-changing realization situation here in your life. The Seven of Cups is also here, and this is the confusion. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're feeling overwhelmed with choices, right? There's a lot of illusion here. All right, sorry about that, collective. So like I said, the Seven of Cups here, this is a level of confusion. I feel like for some of you, you are overwhelmed with choices at the moment, right? There's some there's an illusion here, right? And a lot of freaking emotions too. So there is, I feel like there is love, right? There's temptations, there's dreams and fear swirling around you. What is real? What is fantasy, right? This is what the Seven of Cups like to do to people. So you think it's a lot, is it beautiful because you have multiple options, but having all these options, is that really good? This is something that you have to ask yourself. So the good aspect about the Seven of Cups is that you have many options, right? There is a potential for love, success, and new opportunity. The bad thing about the Seven of Cups is if you don't make a clear decision, you may stay stuck in a cycle of indecision and regret forever. So, like I said, it could be good or it could be bad. My advice to you is to step back, look at each option with a clear vision, with clear eyes, right? Choose what aligns with your highest good, not just your emotions. Do not make this decision here that you have to make, that you're going to make out of your emotions. If this is if I'm talking to you, collective, if this is resonating with you, someone seems a little torn, a little uncertain between the different choices here, or possibly lost in an illusion. All right, they may feel like they need clarity. You may feel like you need some clarity before moving forward. So you don't have all the answers. And I think the answers lied in this Tower moment, but we're going to see. The Queen of Cups is out here. Yay, what's up? I love the Queen of Cups. When the Queen of Cups is in the upright, I'm talking to a Cancer, a Scorpio, and a Pisces. When the Queen of Cups come out here in the upright, she is marvelous, right? She is emotional, she's nurturing, she's caring, she's loving, she's intuitive, right? She's in her energy here. It's a deep intuitive emotional feeling, right? When the Queen of Cups show up, I feel like you are feeling everything right now. Your intuition is on 10. A lot of you could, don't forget we were just in this retrograde here as well. So a lot of you are just very emotional right now. This is why Spirit wants you to make a head over heart decision with this Seven of Cups out here. I feel like your heart is open, but is it being protected? With the Tower card, the Seven of Cups, is this Queen of Cups, whoever I'm speaking to, is your heart protected, right? So the good thing about the Queen of Cups is you are in tune with your emotions and your intuition, right? Love is present here, it's present in your heart, and is leading you towards healing, right? Because that's what the Queen of Cups is. She's a healer. The bad part about the Queen of Cups is if you let your emotions rule without logic, you may end up in a vulnerable, overwhelmed, or lost in a fantasy. And this is what we're trying to avoid here. I'm telling you, everything is going to go back to this damn Tower because the Queen of Cups can be a little in their head, right? They can be a little delulu from time to time, right? My advice to you, Queen of Cups, right? You feel deeply, but you need to think clearly. Trust in your emotions, but don't let them blind you. I feel if somebody's watching you, right, as someone deeply, they view you as someone who's deeply emotional and loving, but possibly fragile or overwhelmed, right? They may admire your heart, but also fear your sensitivity. So it's time for you to start, because whether people believe it or not, and I'm just going to throw this out here, if the King of Cups was out here, the King of Cups, everybody think the King of Cups is going to be so emotional. So no, the King of Cups make head over heart matters. He's definitely the King of Cups. He empathizes, he's helpful, he's wise, but he makes head over heart matters. The Queen of Cups could be just a tad bit more sensitive. And all my Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces that I'm talking to, I'm sure you're able to relate here, okay? The next card out is the Two of Swords. this is Luna. I'm sorry, the next card out is the Two of Pentacles, and this is the balancing act, right? So the Two of Pentacles, I feel like you are juggling multiple things currently, right now, right? Responsibilities, possibly your emotions, relationships, or just decisions in general. There is instability here. Something needs to be prioritized. So when the Two of Pentacles show up, it's a juggling act, right? It's a balancing act. So it's letting me know that there's something that's not as stable as it can be. So the good thing about the Two of Pentacles is that you are adaptable and capable of handling multiple aspects of life at one time, right? You are good at multitasking. You are the shit. You are who the people come to because you can chew gum, walk, talk on the phone, draw a picture, get dressed, all within the same hour. Not too many people have that, okay? The bad thing about the Two of Pentacles is if you don't make a firm decision, you may drop everything, right? So this is kind of serious here, this decision here, because it's falling under the Tower moment. So again, this is just showing me that there was a decision. There was something that you were supposed to do, that Spirit came and told you that you were supposed to do it. They told you months ago, they told you days ago, they told you weeks ago, they even told you last year, and you failed to do it. So my advice here for the Two of Pentacles, for those of you who are trying to juggle a few things around, decide what matters to you the most. You cannot balance forever. So something needs your full focus. If you give attention more to one thing, then the other thing is not going to grow. So you definitely need to try to find some balance, but you need to also ask yourself what's important here. What deserves priority, okay? The Two of Swords, indecision, more indecision. So you could be seeing 2-2. Go look up those angel numbers. The Two of Swords here is letting me know that you are at a crossroads, right? You are unable or you are unwilling to make a decision here. You may be avoiding the truth or refusing to see things clearly. Your heart and mind are at war. So when the Two of Swords is here, the good thing about the Two of Swords is taking time to think before making a choice, which is wise, right? This person is in they're in their bag right now. They're taking the time out. They're trying to make a rational decision here, and they're going within. You see this Two of Swords here. The person is here with the blindfolds on. So that means that they're not looking outward for the answers. They know the answers that they seek is within them. Okay, so which is a great thing, right? However, the bad thing about the Two of Swords is if you stay in an indecision too long, you may miss your chance. You may miss your opportunity. My advice to you, collective, right? Whoever this is resonating with, my advice to you is to remove the blindfold, face the truth, make the choice before the universe makes it for you. Hence the Tower, okay? I'm just letting you know, hence the Tower moment. I'm telling you, the Tower shows up when you can't make that decision. Make no mistake about it. So you think someone's sending you bullshit, you think someone's sending you negativity, no, it's you being indecisive about a decision. And when you don't make the decision that Spirit is kindly asking you to make for several months, several years even, it's time to knock the Tower down, and you're gonna have to start from the beginning. So this is what I feel like some of you could be facing possibly right now, right? Someone is a little hesitant, possibly afraid to commit or face a certain reality. The King of Swords is out here. So the King of Swords is one of my favorite kings in the deck besides the King of Pentacles. Call it whatever you want, but I definitely love the King of Swords as well. I feel like the King of Swords is the cold, hard truth. Like the King of Swords is logic, it's clarity, it's intelligence, right? It's time to step out of your emotions and into the pure truth. It's reality. It's facing what's ahead, right? It's the King of Swords in this. Whoever I'm talking to in this moment thinks strategically and act with wisdom, not just emotions, not just feelings. So the good thing about the King of Swords is you have the ability to see things clearly and make strong decisions and stand in your power, right? Right? Makes sense here? Okay, the bad thing is if you become too cold or detached, you may push people away. So the King of Swords is good for that shit, right? They become detached because they're making all of these logical decisions. It's not being made with their heart, you know. So they have to go within. They have to push people away so they can see things clearly. But the King of Swords is known for doing it a little too much. You know, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords and the tarot deck for me, they are the divorcee couple. They're the lawyers of the deck. Okay. Who it reminds me of? What's that? The Ward of Roses. They kind of remind me of, you know, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords kind of remind me of that. But okay, so my advice to you is balance the heart and mind. Use your wisdom, but don't lose your compassion here in this regards, okay? Someone views you as strong, intelligent, and possibly a little emotionally guarded right now. And King of Swords, you know that's your energy right there. The next card out is the lesson, which is the Page of Pentacles, right? So this is a time of learning, growth, and planting seeds for your future. You may feel like you're starting over in some areas of your life, and that's okay. The good thing about the Page of Pentacles, because it's a page, right? So it's a new chapter of your life. So it's new beginnings, it's fresh opportunities, and it's a potential for stability, security is what we all thrive for, right? What we're seeking. The bad thing is if you don't take this seriously, you may not see long-term success. Okay, so if you don't take this new opportunity seriously, this fresh start, this new beginning seriously, you may not see long-term success. So my advice to you, collective, is to be patient, stay focused, right? What you're starting now will grow into something beautiful. It's something for the whole world to see. And I think you guys are definitely on your way here. And you know, the next card out is the Hangman, the surrender, right? This is, I feel like you're being asked to let go. You're being asked to surrender and see things from a new perspective. I feel this is not a time to force anything, put no puzzles together, not try to even get back from someone in the past. This is no time for that. I feel like it's time for you to trust the flow pretty much of the universe, right? There's certain things that have been put into your path that Spirit wants for you, these new opportunities, these fresh starts, and you have to make the decision on which road you're going to take here. So I feel like the Hangman is out here. The good aspect about the Hangman is if you are paused, right? Because the Hangman could represent stagnation, right? So if you are paused and you reflect, I feel like you will gain wisdom and insight. The bad thing about the Hangman is if you resist this process, you may feel stuck. Does that make sense? Is anybody out here feeling stuck right now because they're failing to make a decision? They're in denial about something. My advice for you, collective, is to stop fighting. Let go of control. Sometimes surrendering leads to the greatest breakthroughs, okay? Your last and not least card is the Knight of Cups, which is the romantic gesture here. This is love is coming towards you, right? Or you are being called to open up your heart in this regards. I feel like this is a message of romance, right? It's emotional expression with the Knight of Cups and a deep connection here. So the good thing about the Knight of Cups is that love is possible, and an emotional offer is on the horizon for you. For some of you, though, I am feeling like the Knight of Cups being out here, this could be an apology. Somebody is on their way to give you an apology about something. Somebody owes you an apology here. So the bad thing about the Knight of Cups to me is if this energy is not grounded in reality, it may be fleeting or unrealistic, delusional. Seven of Cups, right? So I feel like if this is someone I feel like if I'm talking to you, my advice to you is to be open to love, right? But also be discerning. Is this real or is this fantasy? This is the things that you have to ask yourself in regards to the Knight of Cups showing up out here. I feel like overall, my overall message here is the reading. Clearly it speaks of chaos and rebirth, right? Love and loss, choices and clarity, right? You're being asked. So you're being asked to let go of what is collapsing. Okay, stop trying to hold on to something that's no longer there. Stop trying to hold on to something that no longer serves your highest good, right? See through the illusions here with the Seven of Cups and make a clear decision. Balance your emotions with your wisdom here as the Queen of Cups is standing firmly in this spot right here. Okay, surrender control and trust in the universe here. Okay, and be open to love, but choose wisely, if this is making sense. All right, so this is like a turning point. So what you decide now will shape your future here. Will you step into truth and clarity and love, or will you just remain stuck in the past? Because I feel like that's what's going on. All right, so those are questions that you have to ask yourself. I'm going to leave it right here and catch you guys next time in the ethers. Ciao. Thank you for joining me.